in the heart of the Mile High City. Denver's new comedy panel talk show, Casa de Haha. Please give it up for your hosts, Daniel Reskin and Adrian Mesa.
All right, and here we are, magically edited to the desk situation.
We have some great guests here tonight. They are known as Whiskey and Cigarettes Podcast, but individually, we have Jake Brown, Zach Moss, and Jake Becker.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
We brought you something special.
Yeah?
For having us on.
We've never had a gift before. This is our first. Holy shizer.
Start drinking. Start drinking
This
right
is-
now.
This would be good.
This is how we used to do shows.
Yeah.
That's where
Right.
you got the name, I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah, that monologue was a little tight, boys. We need you to loosen up a little bit.
Thank
Get
you.
it flowing.
This grenadine smells weird.
Do it. Yeah. Pure.
right.
There we go. He's doing it. Reskin on board. Mesa. What?
No, I'm a professional.
I'm a man. I'm a big man who can do things without faces.
Wow.
Thanks for... You're good
Well,
now?
first of all, I'm like really offended.
So offended.
That's true.
Save it, you know.
I
save
mean,
it.
Only one of
can't.
us.
Are you a germaphobe?
are you on the wagon?
No.
Then you just want to offend us.
You don't yes and a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, no, I want to create conflict right at the top of the show. So.
Well done, sir. Because we're officially in a sinkhole now.
What if I were to tell you it could put a little bit more hair on your chest?
Okay.
Let's see the chest.
Show a little...
He's got
it's
plenty.
What if I told you guys that you overfilled your waters here on the show?
I thought you just had a cool drinking technique. I like that. Yeah.
It's
It's like a calorie thing. Is it the angle of your neck?
And then he gets a little further down and we just top him
why
right back off.
do you keep doing that?
Everclear.
I like that. You have
Damn it.
surface tension and then conversational tension.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Masters of tension.
Wow.
He's doing lap training.
You're like a water bird, or what are
Watch
those?
him lap.
What are those little?
All right.
A business executive from
Can we say The Simpsons on
1973 would have that.
We need to license that.
No, we could do anything. This is Denver Open Media. This is public access television. We're filming it here.
Can't get blood out of a turnip
Studios
is
where-
what he's saying. It's not like they have any goddamn money here at all. There's no money to be had here. Yeah, sue away. What are you going to take? His jacket? Jeez.
Yes, of course. Well, I appreciate the gift, and yeah, this first gift.
You can't show that logo on TV.
Right.
Yeah, we will. I'm going to have a. What should I put on top of this in post? I can put a picture of
More
anything
of
in
the
the world.
creepy logo where you can see both
Yeah.
sets of teeth as it smiles.
Comedian
It's
Judge
not a good
Reinhold.
look.
That's probably more than I realized.
Try it at home.
Fans of the logo.
Tweet at the show. Hashtag Cassidy Creepy.
They'll love the logo, Snap. All right.
There's no face in there.
The guy's name is Snap.
Yeah. Wow. Should have given him an ounce of Denver weed for that logo.
Yeah.
You know.
Let us smooth.
Well, you gave a gift and insulted the logo, so we're back at square one.
Reset. Hang on, man.
I mean, if you guys want to take a nip of the old whisker,
get back off with whiskey.
No, that's my water.
water and whiskey. Yes, these guys are the hosts of Whiskey and Cigarettes, which is a podcast about podcasts. It is a meta podcast where they use clips from their own podcasts as a jumping off point with their own guests to discuss an unpredictable.
Kind of like
General weirdness.
how
Insanity.
this is a talk show about a talk show in Florida, right?
It's kind of out of the ashes of a talk show in Florida.
It rises like a phoenix.
This is to be the Phoenix. in
Hopefully,
Denver.
That is the official bird of Florida.
yes.
Just anything on fire, really. Fire bird.
Phoenix, yes, with half of its face eaten off, bath salts in the crust.
But yeah, we use clips to ask questions, and it makes it a more organic conversation than always asking, when did you figure out you were funny, or how did you start stand-up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Jumping off
I mean,
points. I love the
Because
podcast.
comedy podcasting at this
both
point
been
is
on?
yes, we both.
Alums.
This might be the first podcast I was on in Denver. I think.
Friends of the show.
Friends of the show.
Really easy to do as
You know
a
what?
performer.
Adrian Mace is not a friend of the show anymore, though.
Revoke the friend card.
Until he drinks some
I'll have some.
And it's
whiskey
so
on
crazy
there.
because you're a hooch hound most of the time.
I've just always wanted to peer pressure someone on television. Like when there's photo evidence, they're like, look at that dick. He just really wants to make that guy do something he doesn't want to do.
Yep.
He doesn't want to drink straight whiskey out of a bottle at 6 p.m. on a Thursday, but you know what?
Zach's peer pressured in every other form of media. He's done poetry, he's done movies, he's done radio,
you
and
should
podcasts.
see the way the audiences drink after my poetry. You should see the way they abuse heroin.
So that's okay. Well, you'll tell him a poem later, and then he'll take the whole bottle down.
That's we need more poetry on the podcast.
We'll do another segment. You have, yeah?
We've never done poetry on the podcast, I don't believe. Perhaps a haiku.
How can I completely believe that?
It's
I don't
been
know how I
3
can.
years of doing the podcast. We started this back in whatever 3 years ago was.
Yeah, 2012.
Let's listen to your guys' intro so that we got a taste of the kind of rapport and the guests that they've had. So pour some whiskey at an inappropriate time.
This is Robert Kelly from the You Know What Dude podcast. Sklar Brothers, Randy and Jason from Scarborough Country and Scarborough County. This is Ben Kronberg.
This is Stephen Brody Stevens, and you are listening to Whiskey and Cigarettes. Yes.
Hey, everybody!
Wait, hold on, guys. You guys aren't doing an episode of your podcast. Hold on.
Are you sure?
No, wait. You guys are on our show.
Google that shit.
We
should've let
wanted
you
to
guys
show you guys
interview
how to
us.
start a show.
We'll get a sound clip and we'll put some music over it too. That's a good model.
Yeah, what is that, Jurassic 5? What is that?
That's an old Al Green song called Jesus is Coming.
Okay.
We're waiting for the Green Estate to come after us for that one. Notoriously litigious family of Al Green.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
the day. This is going to
But
be
actually,
exposure.
I think Jesus went after him for slander on that one.
You know those Jews, very litigious. So,
I
so
can't
yeah,
say
let's,
that.
the origin story. Let's. I can. Jews control things apparently. Not me. Hook a brother up, Jews, because haven't heard much about the gold lately. Let's talk about the origin story of the podcast.
I was unemployed and I spent a summer playing video games, and I wanted something other than the video game music to listen to.
Can I ask which ones, just especially?
Diablo 3.
Wow.
I logged about
You wanted to
600
pretend like
hours.
you wanted to pretend that he had friends.
Whoa.
It was intense.
A lot of looting, a lot of click.
A lot of just,
Is that armor 2% better than my armor? Nope. Another 14 hours.
Yep.
Boom.
Farming. A lot of farming.
Grinding and farming.
Yeah. And so somebody
Ball
was like, you
runs.
should listen to podcasts. And then I was trying to tell Zach about podcasts. Zach, you may not believe this, not always the most agreeable guy. Like, I probably hate podcasts. And so we started doing it. And then Becker just kind of weaseled his way in there eventually.
Yeah, I was the foil. I had never heard the first podcast I ever heard was on the first episode of Whiskey and Cigarettes.
I still can't verify
Wow, that you were a part of.
Yeah, and then
I mean, this was how many? 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Okay.
3.5.
It's all right.
so-
Podcasting was still in that getting to be mainstream.
It was still
but-
nerdy.
Right.
It was still a nerdy endeavor.
Pre-serial. I think that's how people judge
interesting.
time now is pre-serial, post-serial.
Oh, really?
But it's
Right.
both PS, so it's very confusing.
iTunes didn't have a
acronym.
separate app yet, so you had to go find the button. You didn't just come load it on your phone.
And yeah, Jake showed up to be a guest because both Jakes met each other and they were like, "Oh, you like podcasts? Well, I like the same." And then they were like really
dicks.
Yeah, they're really jerking each other off. And then Jake was like, "Cool, well, this isn't fun." With Zach just being an asshole.
Like insulting TJ Miller in the first episode.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's a Denver. You were already like stomping on some Denver people.
Oh, yeah.
First.
I didn't know any of these people. I was just listening to what they said. I don't know.
Zach shoots from the hip.
I was also real.
Stabs from the hip.
I was also real blacked out in those early episodes. I mean, there was a lot of drinking going on.
I mean, you guys
so.
Whiskey and Cigarettes was way more literal in the beginning than it's become.
We were chain smoking, and they were getting blotto every episode.
Sometimes for up to 3 hours we would record. I know we did a pretty long episode with you, didn't we, Adrian? Like a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, with Dave.
Oh, we used to go long.
Oh, that's the one we went into a limousine. We went to Base Nectar.
Yeah, we did
We didn't go into base
No,
Nectar.
because you had gotten a free limousine from some I don't know
The
why
perks.
you're good at like winning contests or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you got a car full of comedians.
Contest.
And tank tops. We also received tank tops.
So the show's come a long way.
It has.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, but we are, 3-time Reader's Choice Best of Denver Westward podcast.
That's some serious.
Editor's Choice 0 times.
Yeah, they hate us over there.
Editors don't
What-
have
what-
time to listen to podcasts.
They're so derivative. Get your input.
Haters.
What is? Yeah, f them.
No, I'm kidding. They're
But no,
You
the
get
people have
great guests.
spoken, and the people. Yeah.
You get great guests.
Thank you.
Like, yeah.
We heard some
who
of their
are some of
names.
your favorite guys?
Oh, Dana Gould.
Dana Gould.
That's
a hero, comedy
insane.
hero of mine.
You
Yeah,
guys got
people
to interview
in-
the Sasquatch hunter?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Bobo from Finding Bigfoot.
I like that. Dana Gould, Bobo.
Bobo.
Fighting Bigfoot.
Listen.
But it's a sharp decline of quality right there. I hope
I'm trying to think
really
of
like
you had direct proops recently.
Kevin Heffernan and Steve Lemmy was a fun one. The
Fargo.
Broken
Awesome.
Lizard guys,
Oh,
Super
right.
Troopers guys.
My favorite moment with a guest, and I've definitely said it before, is when the Sklar brothers watched me take a dab in horror.
Yeah.
In horror.
Oh yeah.
They had not seen dabs before?
Absolutely not.
No, they
To
were
the
trying
rest
to
of the
get cool
country.
dads.
Yeah. Most people don't know dabs yet. I mean, that's. So how did that experience like?
Oh, it set the tone of like the first 10 minutes of the podcast.
Yeah.
They were a little standoffish.
It's kind of cracky if you've never dabbed before. I mean,
Right.
anything where you have a torch,
Yeah.
and the thing is to get red, and then you're touching things with. It's freebasing essentially.
Yeah, I think as long as you don't start scratching yourself within 10 minutes of taking a hit, people start to calm back down.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's chill stuff. I want to do a little segment with you guys before we get a little too far. A little segment I like to call Tchotchke Talk.
Tchotchke talk.
Tchotchke Talk. And of course, these we have a table full of tchotchkes, and they're all different little things, little knickknacks and paddywhacks.
Give it
But I asked the guests, if you had to pick one, and which one represents you. Which one's your spirit animal? Which one's your champion? And so we have some tchotchkes here that they picked. Jake, maybe you could give us a little rundown of what it looks like. Binoculars there.
I don't know what these are. I was one of those weird children that always wanted glasses.
Like
and so-
these kind of glasses?
Right. Like I really wanted
to be picked on.
glasses.
You
I
were
wanted
too
to look
handsome. You were
smart.
too popular.
Yeah, just a little chubby me just going, hey, glasses make you look smart. That's what I know about them.
Jake looked like a lesbian when he was
super
in
smart.
8th grade.
So you do look pretty smart holding those up.
Thank you.
They're like opera binoculars.
Some kind of spy opera glass. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this thing. I don't know how to
You can
adjust
close it, and then it becomes a little.
Looks like a thing you'd carry drugs in, perhaps.
Yeah. Looks like a cigarette case.
It's a Rorschach test, essentially, and you've just shown yourself to be a smuggler. So
Drugs and glasses. That's all I'm into.
you want
see that, no.
surveillance and narcotics.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like could be
The two
a
go
coin
hand in
purse.
hand.
No
You're
drug.
gonna make it through the night.
All right. Moving on, Zach, what did you choose?
I chose a fucking knife. Who has it? I set it on the table and someone took the goddamn knife. Who the fuck has it? I know somebody in the booth I think has it maybe.
It wasn't a real knife, just FYI. It was a rubber knife.
It's a practice knife.
Combat training knife.
Wait, so this is your fallback plan?
Feels pretty bad about it. Yeah, you're not even touching the poor pinecone squirrel over there.
Well, I had to pick this squirrel.
I like that's your fallback. There's more dangerous things than that squirrel, but you go ahead.
Well, I wasn't going for it for the danger factor.
Oh.
It's just I don't know. I think maybe this show would have been a little bit better if I'd been holding a knife this whole time.
And we'll never know.
For who? Right.
Well, I think for the viewers, really, to be honest, at home, because then they'd be like, "Why does he have a knife?"
Sure.
I think it would have been a lot better than this fucking squirrel. Yeah, so this
So
squirrel.
let's talk about the squirrel. Come on.
This squirrel.
Love the
is-
one you got.
This squirrel is made out of wood, which is why there's a part of me that's made out of wood. I'll never tell Which part of
Not
me?
your Washington, Dave.
I'm just gonna start knocking on random parts of you when I see you.
I do have a wooden part of me that's wood. It's missing an ear. I'm kind of squirrely.
Looking for a butthole.
I'm kind of squirrely sometimes.
You want
Well, its butthole's really weird from the bottom because the bristles get. I mean, at first when I touched it, it hurt. It hurt, but you know what? I built up kind of a tolerance, I think, to the pain that I feel when I squeeze this really
Sounds
hard.
like more of a lust
when
than
I'm
a
missing
tolerance.
when I'm missing my knife. Because I've just been, it's like, this is a great idea. It's like, give the guy that can't keep his hands still a squirrel to play with for the entire show.
This is the most edgy.
Give him that,
Losing parts of it.
instead of a knife.
It is shedding all over
So
the
the
table.
most
Who has the
exhilarating
knife?
tchotchke.
Somebody has the knife.
We may never
We may
know.
find by the end of the episode. Who knows? It's like a murder mystery, without the murder, until we find the knife.
I don't know why I'm the only one that's upset that somebody stole the fucking knife, all right?
No, I hear you. I like it. It
Sound
matches your
machines.
hair. This is a good pick, even if it's not knife. So what do you got over here, Jake?
I'm not sure what this little guy is. I originally picked him because his eyes are at different levels, and I also have that issue.
Get a good shot of that.
Wait,
Yeah.
are your eyes at different levels?
Yeah. I split my head open at between my eyes.
Oh.
Here, get it. Hold it next to you. And
That explains so much.
let's get an eye shot right there.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah. So,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Look at your weird face.
You're like a Picasso painting.
Yeah. Glasses help a lot.
I couldn't figure out why you weren't classically beautiful for all these years.
Split that shit from eye to eye. So
Yeah, I
picked
always
him up
looked
for
at
that.
I always used to look at you and be like, "There's something fucked with the symmetry of his face." Is what I used to think.
Glasses really help.
This is the beginning of the end right here for
area.
Whiskey and Cigarettes podcast.
Yeah.
Great.
And then after I picked the little fella for his weird eyes, I realized he only has one ear, and I also have one shit ear. And he's
Really?
got a little skin condition, so I think we're brothers.
You've got your back problem. It doesn't have a back,
Nope.
apparently.
It looks like it'd be about as good at dancing as I am.
But you're well grounded.
You also have
Right, steady.
four three-fingered hands for legs. People can't see that under the table.
I stacked them up. They're like
Yeah,
children
I'm
in a
surprised you
trench
didn't
coat
lead with that.
pretending to be a man. I have 4 feet
Buried in
pretending
it.
to be a leg.
Well, I think that we all now understand our panel just a little bit better, and I do mean a little. And with that, we're going to take a quick break before we come back with more Casa de Jaja.
So he's not drinking because he's already wasted.
That's right. Welcome back to Casa de Jaja.
Just like to take a second to thank our sponsor, Asparagus. Have you ever wanted to pee farts? Asparagus.
Now, Jake, how you doing?
Hey.
I can't help but to be distracted by your shirt that says Denver's worst person.
Available at worstpersonshirts.com.
So multiple people can be the worst person?
Listen,
It's not just you?
There's a secret handshake. If you meet another worst person in the street, you gotta know the handshake. It's all on the website. If you'd like to find out more, that's worstpersonshirt.com.
Now, wait a second. Hold on now. Does that involve anything with your uncalled for?
It does. So this is the official shirt of our comedy game show. We've been doing it. It's a take on America's #1 party game, Crabs Adjust Humidity.
I've heard that.
We're in no way affiliated with them, but they're kind enough to let us say that as long as we say the second part of the thing that we're not affiliated with them. So it's just seamless.
And you've gone through your hammering out of figuring that exact.
Yeah, it's a really nice process. We got to hire lawyers, which are great.
Right.
Should have more lawyers involved in everything.
They always want to fight.
Let's fight it.
$300 an hour is what it costs. Let's fight it.
Let's fight
Fight
$300.
it. Fight.
$900.
Fight.
Stop with the Jewish impressions, okay? We already established. Not cool. Not cool. So for those who haven't seen the show or
You guys have both also been on that.
don't know what that card thing is, it's a game wherein irreverent questions are have blanks that are filled in by the comedians with a bunch of usually deviant, sexual,
Gross stuff.
disgusting
Yeah.
suggestions.
Liquid juices.
Yeah.
Isn't
Smells.
a
like-
helicopter with dick blades Mesas?
Yes, a helicopter with
Classic.
dick blades.
That is a classic.
The plop, 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 plop. The noise it makes is tremendous.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I like to think of
Someone
it like,
suggested that should be called a helicopter. I thought that
yeah.
was
A helicopter, yeah.
Helicopter.
Oh, definitely. Multiple people have
I've also had someone ask, are they circumcised?
There's a couple of different models.
Aerodynamics, hello? Aerodynamics? Of course they're circumcised.
What gets me laughing is the idea of like when it's not spinning. Like it's all like just in the hangar, all flumpy.
Correct forever,
that's what
man.
Well,
I imagine they would
Right.
be
stiff the whole time. No,
You have to show it a
Or do you have
sexy
to
helicopter.
jerk them off
You
before
have to warm
take
them
off?
up. Yeah, exactly.
It'd be tricky to get all four hard at the same
And
time.
then you have to have a team. It's true. And then when you land, you have to get them to come
That's what
so that
SEAL Team 6 really does.
it's slowly postcoitally.
So would there be like an ejaculation zone that
There
has to be
certainly
kept
is a
clear?
large liquid area with every landing strip. So
Yeah, they actually
Gallagher
land on a
carts.
giant towel.
that's right.
See, these cards that have their own lives going on. What are some of your favorite cards?
We're working on a coffee table book where we can actually animate a helicopter with dick blades. That'd be a lot of fun.
Pop up.
Yeah, one of my favorite cards, just to illustrate how terrible the game is Captain Sandy Hook. A bunch of dead toddlers in a trench coat trying to pass as a sea captain.
Love it.
Denver's worst person. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get where it's coming.
Tim McLaughlin out of Chicago.
One of my favorites is from Nathan Lund, a previous guest of your show. I like his shower beer because we're getting clean, not getting sober. It's a good one.
Nice.
To that.
Yeah, let's run a list of past entries right now.
The magic.
Hilarious things that you've supplied us after this.
Hey, we have a game.
Definitely come to the.
You can buy. We actually have a printed Colorado version, so it's 108 cards that all do.
Right, it's an
Colorado.
expansion pack for your already existing
Crabs Adjust
Humidity game.
And then we're going to come out with our 2016 expansion pretty soon here. So if you go to worstpersonshirt.com, it'll be there. Soon
Awesome.
enough.
Enterprising.
Check that out. Denver, definitely come see the live show. And non-Denver, go online to, what is it? Denver's Worst Person? Or just Worst Person?
Uncalled4.com.
Uncalled.
FOUR.com.
Yeah, 4
You can get
people.
worst person shirts.
Uncalled4.com. It was such a fun show to do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You guys
you can
do
get
a lot.
worst person of whatever the fuck you want on there, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
You can get Miami's Worst Person.
That's really cool. You keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Damn. Right. So you do stand-up, and so we have. I mean, the cool thing about the Denver scene is there's so much comedy, and not everyone's a stand-up. Back in Miami, it was like everyone's a stand-up, or you got like 5 improv guys on the side, and they're all like.
Well, improv's not comedy.
Exactly. Herein lies the point of contention in the comedy world. Sometimes stand-ups are like, oh, if you don't do stand-up, you're not a comedian. And there's a whole other world of comedians. You do improv. You did stand-up. You guys have done and dabbled and done and did.
I still should. I'm just real lazy.
Okay. Yeah.
Jake likes to eat himself into shame states.
Right.
Sometimes corners of shame.
Man. What's up?
Adrian called me on it outside before the show.
I know his go-to meal.
You had some shame gravy on your lip or something?
My go-to shame meal is celebration salad.
Whoa.
It's a cranberry, walnut, pineapple, celery salad that they make at King Supers.
Okay. With a lot of mayo.
It's
What
the
else?
best.
Usually your meals are
You just
like
ate a salad? Like
what
what
a basket.
That's
No,
bullshit.
it's a pile
It's
of
a
sugar.
misnomer. It's not a salad.
They call it a salad to make me feel better about doing it. And then also I had a couple bags of donuts.
You eat sleeves of things in sittings,
Yeah.
like an entire. Like,
Yeah.
You're a sleeve-based diet?
Yeah, I've got bits about it, but yeah, I can't. I have a mental thing where if a container is a serving,
Right.
like any can.
But you do the one meal, like a snake or whatever.
Yeah, I do only eat once.
One
a day.
giant-
One sitting.
And you digest it for 48 hours.
Dude, all you guys are doing, you're hustling, doing things. That's good.
Like that's hustling.
barely
You got the
sustaining
show.
life.
You got stand-up. You're a boa constrictor. Everyone's doing great.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I told Daniel to give you your credit that he's the local bud tender.
Oh yeah, dude, give me the old Byron Graham.
TV credit though. Now, were you in Hidden America?
Oh yeah, I was in Hidden America as a bud tender.
With Jonah Ray.
You can see my hand briefly giving Sam Talent dabs on Vice.
Okay.
You all been working in the cannabis industry, is bud tending, and you were running shop.
That's 2014's sexiest bud tender.
Is there a calendar like firemen?
It was
Do you have like buds on your nipples and stuff?
There's an award I'm a sex symbol of
Have you seen his
marijuana.
nipples before? Because that's surprisingly accurate.
I also unofficial Guinness Book of World Records longest nipple hairs.
It still would contend the heavy beat.
Guinness got you. Good.
Yeah, you were the sexiest bud tender as voted by William Breeds, the former pot critic over there.
All right.
Yep,
You're the Fabio of bud.
He always
Right.
wanted a piece of this hot stuff.
Do some hair stuff real quick.
You never broke them off a nug? Come on.
Wait, hold on. How long is the nipple hair?
It's about 16 millimeters, or it was 16 centimeters. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Do you go with
Yeah, I
the
was like,
metric 'cause it
millimeters, I got
sounds
that.
more impressive?
Well, that's what the Guinness record's in. So
What is
Yeah,
the
to do
Guinness
the
record?
conversion for
the Guinness record. The Guinness record.
It's in metric, of course.
The Guinness record's like 14 centimeters. So I've got it, but I had it by 2. I don't know if I'm still holding that same hair. I haven't
It's really
measured in a
difficult
while.
to not ask you to just unbutton a couple. I
How
mean,
big is that?
I know it's the cash crop, and you're not trying to give it away for free.
That's
but,
like a centimeter, right?
Get out.
It's
Get
all I
out
can
of-
think about right now.
You want me to get out my nipple hairs on national television?
Please tell me you can blur this.
It's all consuming. My psyche is now.
Do you really want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm a fan for human accomplishment.
Whiskey.
All right.
Time for Adrian to drink to see
it's
them here.
pretty-
Oh, woo!
Driven to
pretty-
drink.
they're
Make
pretty
sure you
long.
get the camera. See, you're right in there.
Gosh,
You see right there? Hold that up for the camera.
not in the way,
Oh
man.
God!
That's an award-winning hair.
It made a perfect C sharp though.
He's strong. You can play. You guys got a band in the works? Oh,
That'd be awesome. Like
Okay.
big city.
If you strum on his nipple hair,
band.
I'm gonna knock on the wooden parts of your body, and we're gonna make a one-man band out of you.
Zach Moss band. It's just him.
Music is inside of me.
We keep it in there.
Give me mas, baby. Yo quiero mas here at Casa de Jaja.
But yes, we
keeping
did
it-
work in the weed industry.
Yes. Bud Tender both worked at shops. You are actually the pot critic for the Denver Post, the first of your kind.
For a major daily paper, people have been doing it for as long as High Time's been in publication.
Right. They've been criticizing pot, but
Right.
for a main paper to be like the wine critic
Right.
for pot.
They got some Pulitzers under their belt, the Denver Post. Not the paper of record, but I would like to say the paper of like second record, maybe.
Sure, consistency.
Absolutely.
Not-
Firing a lot of people right now. A lot of layoffs.
Right,
going
they're
on. Tough place.
yeah.
Tough gig.
Well, it's a
But
tough
they
industry, sure.
But you're
like a little bit of money to smoke
But
weed.
here's what I say about newspapers. They're on death's door. Step. Sorry.
I like it.
that was really funny, actually. I liked it. Good job.
I enjoyed it.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
man. Good job.
Enjoyed that.
That was a really good one.
Real nice. So what's your process, man? I mean, I'm sure that people asked you, but what do you eat?
Right, I was surprised
Well, I
to
light the
find.
weed on fire.
Surprised to find that everyone thinks Denver Pot Post would be just 24/7 smoke fest, but you actually have to keep your tolerance at a reasonable level to have your critiquing faculties at their finest.
Yeah, I probably smoke 3-4 times a week, so I'm not like an everyday wake and Jake kind of guy.
Right.
Just, but I smoke it, I smell it, I write about it.
Mouthfeel?
It's okay, so it's like any type of food reviewing, except you never like in food reviews would be like, and it made me feel like this, right? You never be like, I had lasagna for breakfast, I felt lethargic.
Right.
And so that's just what my process is. I have to talk about what the weed makes me feel like.
Right, and after you smoke the weed, do you eat lasagna for breakfast after that?
It has happened. I have a lot of Garfield-like inner tendencies. I hate
Just the whole-
Mondays. I'm owned by a man named John.
I think we just got to the real story here.
And fuck you, Nermal, I'm coming for you.
Well, best strain you've encountered so far?
Owned by a man named John. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Just, God damn it.
My favorite kind of raining strain. Do you remember the space helmet?
Oh, yeah.
It's a Martian mean green cross. I can't find it, so I just keep saying it's my favorite, so someone will bring me some of it. I can't find it anywhere.
Tell the camera right there what that one.
I like it. Let's do it all, cameras.
What is it
at
called?
Once. So Martian Mean Green. If you are at home and you know where Martian Mean Green is, send me some. I will smoke it with you. Let's have fun. It's space helmet crossed with headband. If you call it something else, that's fine as well. But I want to put that helmet on my dome. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, it feels like you're wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, like some people want to eat like some LSD and go on an adventure and go to another place. This just makes it feel like you're wearing a safe hat.
Inside.
Hold safety hat. Is that a nose hair?
Well, gentlemen,
Yeah,
Maybe.
we're fast running out of time because we're having such a good time. We had some serious stuff to talk about, but we're just going to condense it into one.
Oh yeah, you wanted to talk about shootings after
one
all that
jumping off
comedy,
point.
right?
Oh God, no, God, who would even propose
Okay.
such a thing?
What the fuck's going on in the hallway?
Sounds like an improv class.
Yeah, if we're picking that up,
Oh no.
They're coming for us.
that could be a shooting
It's
or an
getting
improv
closer.
class. That is,
Yeah, the improv.
that could be an
Yeah.
improv shooter right now.
Yeah, next improv show I go to, I'm gonna suggest that.
Mass
We need a
shooting!
suggestion from the audience. School shooting.
Cafeteria shooting.
Make that funny, because
Right?
Airport shooting.
Well, we have to, don't we, as comedians? I mean, this is the world we're
Yeah.
living in now. We just had the biggest mass shooting of history at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando.
That one
4
really-
hours from where we're from.
that one really made me sad. That one really.
Fuck,
bummed me
we
out.
just had Istanbul bombing of the airport. Like this is the new normal. This has been the new normal. We have to make this funny.
Do you guys want guns?
I don't want one.
If I had my knife back, that would be cool.
I'd
if
feel
I-
safer
Dude.
if Zach had his knife sitting next to
I
him.
think-
There's literally a saying about this entire thing that is bringing a gun to a knife fight. Or backwards.
Yeah, it's bringing
I'm
it back
still
to
trying to
a
make
gunfight.
it.
The other way, right?
I'm still trying
Yeah.
to make an Istanbul to Constantinople joke
It's
in my
pretty,
head right now.
Istanbul.
You can't bring a gun. I mean, if you bring a gun to a knife fight, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, this guy brought a gun! What a nerd!
What a
Loser!"
nerd.
We fight with knives here,
We have
so it's very embarrassing
knife guns.
to do that.
So yeah, in San Diego there was that weird, or Sacramento, there's all that Sac Town. There's Stab Town
Somebody calls it
recently.
that.
Is
lot
that
of
a thing too?
stabs. Stab Town. Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's honestly refreshing to me.
How many
A
stabbings,
mass
though?
stabbing to me would be the best thing that
I
could
don't
happen.
know.
in
There's
the
a bunch of
news.
people
Just
that got stabbed and then they found a gun. So that made me think that maybe it was like a knife fight and the guy had the gun and they're like, come on. You know, it's knives.
So he put the gun down and he
call
picked up a knife
knives
and
too.
went,
It's like,
"Alright."
I don't know. It's like gangs in New York. Didn't they have a weapons thing? You know, it's like all weapons are good. Or something. I don't.
Well, they didn't have guns either.
What an odd time to try and bring that
But-
movie into this conversation.
Well, that's what it made me think.
Definitely
of.
watched it recently.
A lot of
No, I didn't. I have not.
Listen to something.
No, I have
Hey,
not.
has anyone seen it? Because I didn't get to talk about it with anyone yet. So I really, you see his mustache? It's so cool.
I am not. I'm not watching that recently.
material.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. All right? Quit. All right?
It's like when old comedians they're like, "Oh, Forrest Gump's on Netflix now," and then just recycle their old material about Forrest Gump.
yeah.
Hey, this is relevant now,
Yeah.
right?
I'm thinking there's got to be some 80s comic that's like, oh, well, I got a hot 20 on Trump. I'm coming out of retirement.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been making fun of him since the 80s.
I think since he was a teenager.
I'm sick of it. I'm over it.
Teen Trump? There's
Teen Trump.
what was his thing?
He had the same fucked up comb over since he was since there was hair to substantiate it. He's done that.
He combed over his own hair when he still had it, just to prepare.
They show photos of it. It's really he's got a weird Grandpa Munster kind of fucking.
It's all
I'm actually.
I mean,
That's
teenage Trump would be an interesting series. I mean, that's when he was dodging drafts and having
Yeah.
orgies.
That's a sitcom
So-
that I'm writing. It's called Teen Trump.
Yeah.
He's real bad at improv.
Yeah. He.
Picture him in a
Trump is
basketball
actually probably
uniform
the
on top of a
foremost
van.
improv expert in the country. If you think about it, everything he says.
Yeah, he's improvising a campaign, basically.
He's like, somebody told me what a wall. We got a wall, everyone. Huh? Yeah. Well, speaking of a wall, it's time to build a wall around this episode and keep it a nice self-contained package. I believe we've come
Look at
to
the Latino over here. Nice.
not that you are good at building or whatever. Sorry, your back's a little wet. So guys, let's
Whoa!
meet our.
What the fuck was that?
Wow. That was,
It's funny white people don't get diversity. That's the thing we gotta bring from Miami. Guys,
What do you check in the box?
where can-
you check Caucasian?
Depends how I feel.
Yeah, you fucking do.
Depends
So
how
shut
I
up.
feel.
You don't cross it out and write Jew in there.
Does
all
it
right?
does it depend on
Because they
whether-
know. No, I put a Jewish star in the Caucasian box, and then they know. They know, okay? They know which pile to put it in. Where can we find you guys individually, or all your amazing endeavors that people can follow you on?
You can find me at jakebrown.com. Go to jakebrown.com. Whiskey and Cigarettes.
There's an E in that, Brown. Well,
Yeah.
it's right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all showing right here. Twitter at fake Jake Brown. I don't tweet. I don't know why I just plugged that.
I'm at Moss Comedy on everything, and ZachMoss.com. Yeah, I don't know.
He's really proud of
Shit,
it.
come see me. I don't know. The best way is to get on the Facebook. That's where I post most of my shit that's going on. So.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm
keeping it
okay.
together.
You want a knife?
And now Jake, go for it.
Thanks. You can find me at _Becktown on Twitter, or follow me on Facebook if you want to know what kind of shame eating I'm doing. And
You should Instagram that.
Yeah, and also Whiskey and Cigarettes.
Nice.
Can I redo mine? Follow me at Moss Comedy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Definitely. Strong.
And you, buddy?
Check me out, Adrian Mesa. Put it in a thing. Mesa D on Twitter. And Denver Open Media now, huh?
Yeah.
Check out the Casa de Haha.
How about
That's
it?
right. Yeah, and I'm Daniel Reskin, DanielReskin.com, and at Daniel Reskin on Twitter, Instagram, and all that BS. And I believe we have done it. This is episode 3. I'd like to thank so much Whiskey and Cigarettes for being here.
Thank you so much for having us. This is a lot of fun, guys.
Zach.
Jake Brown, Zach Moss, Jake Becker, Adrian Mesa, my co-host, our announcer Greg Hutt, Denver Open Media. Thank you so much. I'm Daniel Reskin. Have a great night.